I want to let you in on a secret. Your prospective customers are making 50 to 80% of their decision to do business with you or not before you ever meet them.
Welcome to the Intentional Success Podcast, where we unpack the top strategies, explore business trends, and drill down into best practices to help your live events production business grow and scale on purpose. I'm your host, Tom Stimson. Well, this should come as no surprise that, I want to talk about some marketing. Why? Because it's just really, really important. Years ago, my old boss had a saying as we grumbled about trucking and moving stuff around. He started telling clients that we were in the logistics business, and it was interesting. One, because it helped customers understand the complexity and the importance of what we're doing, but it really was for the team to understand why it was important. We're taking care of something very valuable for the customer. We did a lot of things. And when we think about this, and when you think about this, your company does a lot of things. You might think you're a company that rents equipment and provides technicians, but in order to do that, you've got to do staffing. You've got to do research. You've got to do planning. You have to do design. And you have to do logistics, and you have to do travel. And there's accounting and bookkeeping and HR and all these other things that you have to do to be in business. But why is it, and I don't know, this is not a rhetorical question. I don't know the answer to this. Why is it, do we learn how to do all of these things? And the last thing on every business owner's list, 99% of them at any rate, is marketing. And if you're in business at all, you're doing marketing. If you're not thinking about it, you're probably doing it badly. And that's why podcasts like this are so important. Look, marketing affects your brand. It's the way we create perceptions that precede in-person meetings. Our brand and our marketing and our digital presence and our personal presence affect everything else that we put out into the universe, such as proposals. So a proposal is not the only thing a buyer is going to consider you on. If it's the only thing they have, that is going to be a consideration. But no, they're going to look at other things they know. What does your web presence say? What do your advocates say? What do the referrals look like? Okay. How do you look doing business? What is it like to stand in your office? These things matter to people more than flowery words you threw together on a proposal with a bunch of pretty pictures that look like everybody else's pretty pictures. So what makes marketing more important? Your competition. Marketing is not that hard to do. Okay. You just have to break it down into smaller pieces and take smaller bites and quit conflating the marketing that you need to do with the marketing that your customers are doing on their national sales meeting and giant product rollouts. Okay. That's not your world. Your world is a very small taste of marketing, but it's a very important taste. Now, you are in the marketing business, right? Whether you like it or not, you're in the marketing business. I can help you be better at it. We're going to start with 3 very necessary mindset shifts. Okay. Number 1 is what I just said. You're in the marketing business. Prospective customers are making decisions about you before they have met you in person, before you've talked about what you can do for them. They're looking at your marketing and seeing what it is and what it isn't. And the typical buyer today is probably under 40 years old, and they're going to visit your website. They're going to look at your LinkedIn. They're probably going to check your Facebook or Instagram profiles or whatever social media is appropriate for your segment. And they're going to Google your name before you meet. They will know more about you than you know about them. And that should concern you. Marketing is also about doing homework. Buyers have to work through your marketing, and you have to provide them marketing to be found. So marketing is the art of shaping first impressions. Okay. It might start with painting the front door of your building. It's that simple. Now, the other mindset shift is that you have to remember that marketing works for you 24/7. I don't want to hear all these complaints about, I don't have time for marketing. It's too many meetings. It's too much management of social media, blah, 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 blah. No, whatever you put in place in marketing will start working for you right away. Stop overthinking it. Okay. Oh, if I have marketing, I'll have to hire more salespeople. Well, maybe, but wouldn't that be a good problem? Right? Salespeople, however, take days off, they sleep, they only talk to one room of people at a time. You need marketing working when your salespeople aren't. Okay. Marketing is your workhorse. It's the least expensive way you have to get new business. And the third mindset shift you have to take is that it is an investment. The more you put into it, the more you will get out of it. You can put more into it poorly and not get the same results as somebody who puts more into it wisely. Okay. But you will get more out of it. Now, sometimes if we're really bad at something, getting more out of it means a negative response. Let's avoid that, right? You can do this. You can find people to work with you. You just need to know what you're asking for, take smaller bites. And I'm going to tell you about the 3 bare minimum best practices you need to have in order to be doing effective marketing. This is your entry-level marketing plan. Are you ready? This is not hard, right? 3 bare minimums. Number 1, you have to be findable. Now, if you're old like me, being findable means putting an ad in the yellow pages because that's where everybody found us 100 years ago. Being findable now means online. Are you findable online? Get your name in front of people and drive them to your website so they can learn more, which means that you have to be where your potential buyers or your ideal buyers are going to be searching. Where are they going to go to find out more about you? And if it is simply a Google search, AV company in Dallas, Texas, then you better find a way to come up on that first or second page. Okay. And when you do pop up, you need to look very clickable. Right. Now, don't stress about SEO right now. Don't talk about that. That's just a distraction. It may matter to you later. You're in a service business and your target audience is very, very small. It's not for the entire world. So SEO isn't vital, but it can make a difference. So if you're on the web, people are going to find your website because you handed them a business card or somebody mentioned your name or there was a referral. Okay. If they find you in a Google search or some other kind of search, okay, that might be a result of SEO, but it might be the fact that you're extremely unique. So at least be findable. Okay. When somebody finds you, rule number 2, bare minimum, is be understandable. Your website needs to be for people who don't understand what it takes for you to do what you do. And we're not going to teach them what you do and how you do it and how hard it was to learn it with your website. Matter of fact, nobody cares. Okay. You need to explain what you do for your clients in customer-friendly terms. You need to remember your audience. If it's your customer, is an event planner, do not talk like an AV tech. Nobody wants to talk to an AV tech. We're very lonely people. If you find a corner of a bar and there's 4 guys sitting together not talking, they're probably AV techs, right? So I look at hundreds of AV industry websites every year. Every contact I make, every appointment I get, every lead I follow up on, I'm looking at a website. Okay. I often visit 30 or more attendee websites before I do a workshop. Okay. I still have no idea what some of you do. Okay. And the thing is, I'm not sure you do either because you just want revenue. You'll do anything for anyone. And that's not a good look. Change the look of your website. It makes it clear who you want to do work for and what are the outcomes you're going to provide for them. Customer-friendly terms, no jargon, okay? No client names, no equipment names, no manufacturing alliances. Nobody cares about that, okay? Think about your ideal customer. What is it you do for them? What helps them sleep at night? That's what you lead with. Now, the third thing we have to change is that we have to focus on outcomes. We are very tactical people. We look at process. We do these drawings. We have these meetings. We have these coordinators. We have project managers. We have these technicians. Everybody is siloed into this process. All we care about is what is the outcome. Okay. The outcome is the client finishes the show. They're happy. Their customer was happy. Everybody goes home happy. Okay. How you do it is your secret sauce. You don't have to tell people. So avoid talking about how you work and start talking about what outcomes you provide. Okay, if your website has page after page about how you do things, that doesn't actually help customers better understand what you do. Okay, talk about outcomes instead. What will you provide for your customer? They should be the focus no matter what niche you're in. If you're in a rental business, then you rent widgets. Talk about how easy it is to rent from you, the security of the rental agreement. If you do shows, you need to talk about something different. Rental companies, I want to know what the widget does for me. The widget is a wireless microphone that is frequency agile that will work in the city that I'm going in. Yay, that's great for me as a rental buyer. As a show customer, who cares? That's anti. I expect you to provide equipment that is going to work. It is not my job as buyer to pick it out from your equipment list on your proposal and say, yes, I approve that you're using this wireless mic. I did my research and that's exactly what we need in that city. Okay. There's a big difference between being a rental provider and being a show provider. Show provider, everyone sees, everyone hears, everything works. We hit the cues. The presenters are comfortable on stage. The event planner is happy. It's pretty darn simple. So don't try to avoid marketing any longer. You're already in the marketing business. It's time to get good at it. It's happening. Get on board. Thanks for listening.
If you want to find out more about today's episode, go to trstimpson.com/podcast, where you'll find the show notes, related links, and tons of other valuable resources. If you haven't already subscribed to the Intentional Success Podcast, please do so, and I'd greatly appreciate if you would rate and review the show. Also, if you think you might be a good fit to work together or want more information about the Stimson Group, I'd love to hear from you. Visit trstimpson.com for more information.